So Consulate, once again, being our opening map into the best of two. And finally, Variety being the spice of life, we shut it down on Villa.
We've seen a good mixture tonight. We've got the Valkyrie coming along, and we've got the Maestro just to round things out for us there. So no great surprises. It is a bomb site that can be done with limited numbers of people if you can get control of certain areas, one particularly being Piano. If you can get in there, they've still got the sledge, still got the book, so they've got all the soft destruction they need. I take that back. They've just lost a lot of it as PZD and Patoxy shut things down in quick succession, and Hornetau will finish things off for us. So in what is a very quick flurry, it might just be that that's not as popular a push. What we can see here is the use of those console windows. PZD shutting Cyprus down with the opening kill, and Lagonis following up with one onto Scardinia as well. Now leaves us in a 5 versus 2 very quickly as PZD gets himself a second on the round before Patoxy loses his life.
The all-important factor of the time is slowly ticking away towards the stairwell. The peak comes around with a shotty. Hugzord sending him off to the Netherrealm as he will be blown to bits, and it's all on Dodo to get the job done. But unfortunately for him, he's dead.
Sleep well, fair maidens, as Hugzord absolutely dominates Yellow, stays there, and Santos are not able to get any sort of foothold.
So things are going from bad to worse here for Santos. Luckily, the response is made to send in Sledge to try and crack open the site, and that's just what he does. Quick switch across back to the secondary, but he couldn't down them. And at this point, we're left into a 2 versus 3. PZZ is so low on the Wamai. He's forced to back up. The angles are actually favouring the defense at this point. PZD, one shot away from his demise as the diffuser starts to go down and time rapidly ticks away. Peeking round on the corner, needs to go for the full face round the back of the van as he peers in, attempts to behead the first and knocks him down, and it's all up to Hell to clutch it in the 1v1. He raises Hell like Smoking Joe Fraser, the Hellraiser, raising Hell with a flavour as he clutches it out, Tim.
Absolutely smashed it there. Exactly what his team needed.
It's a stalemate, and it keeps it close to the position we're now in, where it's just mere damage being transferred. Finally, the first frag's found, but it is actually the main man himself, Hugzord. He strikes, the trade comes back across, but it just keeps getting worse. Black Dragons are punishing. They're digging their claws in deeper and deeper. Didn't expect to see the revolver making its debut, but it does as it beheads Dodo, and the trade game keeps on getting played. We're left essentially into a 1 versus 3 as well. On the stairwell, shaking around as he tries to make his way down, stuck in the barbed wire, and stuck in the mud as Black Dragons pick up another one.
That small break that we've just had seems to have benefited Black Dragons there.
As we get into the final 60 seconds, and this is where the game needs to ramp up a little bit for the attackers. They're doing a good job. They get their second pick eventually as the spray comes through and they slay the first man, knocking him down to the DECK, leaving us with just 3 defenders remaining. Hugzord, not quite sure if he wants to make the switch across to the shotgun or the SMG, but he peeks up when he's so susceptible, pants firmly round the ankles. The rest of his team suffer the same fate as well, as one by one they all go down. And it just feels a bit questionable, Tim.
Just trying to cut off, we saw it perfectly in the Ints game, just trying to cut off that rotation option through the connector. But right now, there are 2 Santos players that need to be cleared out from the console side. Patoxy gets the kill onto Mighty, and that is one of them that needed clearing out, but it still leaves Scardinia. He's got that shotgun in hand. We know how dangerous it can be. Patoxy brings it down now to a 1 versus 3, and this is all for Scardinia to do, and I think it could be a big ask for him here. We can see Patoxy just bouncing around these yellow stairs. He really does. This is a ring around the roses here. He knows that the man is in bathroom. Can he make the challenge? He's waiting for the door, and there it comes. Patoxy shuts things down. Scardinia.
Ash is suffering the same fate as well, and now there's actually frags coming through. So we're left into a 3 versus 3 here with 60 seconds left on the clock. Single foot out of line on the overextension towards the stairwell, though. We see Cyprus, and he's going to be living it large as he overthrows the first. Ash is eliminated, and we're down to a 2 versus 2. Hugzord, not a lot of sustain left on him. This is a hair-raising position to be left in, and it's all down to the 1 versus 3. It's not doable. It isn't going to be done, and Santos finally get another round.
Always likely to head in one direction there after Santos.
Hugzord straight back in with even more here. And finally, there's a response from the defense, but it's a little bit too late, potentially, as we're already left into a 3 versus 4. Luckily, Big Doc can come across and start to patch things up, but he can't patch up the fact that his teammates are dying. and they're now left vastly outnumbered, 2 versus 4, and low on HP as well. Again, K dropped back down and now finally sent off to the graveyard as PZD will deal with him, and that is it. They pick up the round, and they clean house as Santos crumble away.
That will put Black Dragons onto the ever-elusive match point now, 6-3.
So the attackers are revving their engines and ready to bombard their way in. Cheeky play straight towards outside though. Cypress, you madman, not going to be able to get away with it. Got the frag, but that is all he's going to get. That's the last thing he'll see.
Literally there to pick frags up. But then again, I could say the same of the Jaeger. The ADSs are already in play. The utility is already used. Scardinio will get a kill onto Hugzord, but Lagonis will get one. And we see them just trading backwards and forwards here, bringing us to a straight edge at 2 versus 2. Lagonis is in sight and will need to take that Guman out of his leg before he can get the diffuser down. Great cover from Patoxy with a double, and it won't even leave time for the diffuser to go down. What a half from Black Dragons, and what a finish there. Look at that, just picking up kills on either side of the site. Great plays, Black Dragon.
No, that's huge. Really, really nicely played there on the round. Kept it consistent, understood exactly what his role was there whilst trying to defend his teammate in the job of getting the bomb down. And really big. Good to see the performance starting to show up. Obviously, top frags towards the end there with 7 frags to his name. But you can see for the most part, it was kept close the whole time.
Very consistent with what we've seen throughout the night. Really get control of that South 90 corridor area, and that will facilitate a push on into sight, into the bar area to get the diffuser down. We can see Scardinia just coming in there and getting a kill onto Patoxy, so that will be the Roma of Mute gone as well. Probably where Santos are going to try to push in from, get behind the bar there and get the diffuser down. As it is, the communication has come out to tell the smoke that that is where the push is coming from, and out comes the Nitro. That could be a big one. Double kill from Laconis just to finish things off for Black Dragons. I was a little bit unsure on that round. Santos did very well to clear out South Stairs, but how about that finish?
Warning shots with the UMP, punished as there is a peek across, and Cypress will deal with him as he guns him down. This is where we really get left in crunch time.
It's time to go and challenge, because that's what you're up against. Absolutely no fear of the UMP in this game. We can see the pistols being brought out here. Mighty will shut down PZD, but we traded out. Big couple of kills coming in from Lagonis and Hornetau just to keep Black Dragons in things. But we now find ourselves quickly in a 1 versus 1. We've got the Jaeger here, going to peek around and gets the kill onto Hell, and that's unfortunate for Santos. That round always felt like it was in their control, but that just shows the level of experience that they're coming up against here. The Black Dragon's able to just...
And the round at hand, though, we're 2 minutes in, and there is a lot of aggression already going down. We see the push around from Mighty as he spots out Lagunis, overthrows him, shots across the board as we keep this one close. 4 versus 4 as Hugzord replies back.
Generally, you would expect on the bottom floor kitchen to be the more popular site, but that being said, both of these are now being used. And how about that for some eyes? Dodo taking serious damage down there as he gets spotted out on the vertical angle. Patoxy and Hugzord will get a quick couple of kills, and that now leaves Dodo all alone, and Hornetau will shut him right down, and that now leaves us Black Dragons in the driving seat and really putting their toe to the boards here. Absolutely
He's keeping the players in check. They're so low attacking side, they're still alive until the peak comes back through. PZD decimating with a first, tries to get the flicker cross back onto the second. The trade game is being played, switching out to the pistol, and the sidearm has success, but we're left in the 1 versus 2.
And that is always a good option for the attacker there, is to get that second man back in the fight. There goes the drone. Does it spot him out? I'm not sure it does. If they've not been thorough enough to turn that drone around when going through, he can now just hold himself, and he will. They don't know he's there. He gets one. Can he get the second? Yes, he can. Huge plays from Lagonis. Big mistakes from Santos. You cannot miss your man like that. You have to check your shot. Was he sort of trying to protect himself? I didn't see anything.
It was just a panic.
So yeah, it wasn't even a potential to be sort of lined up on anybody. But we can see Hugzord going big here. Hornetau will get one for himself. We find ourselves 1 versus 1 again. Hornetau versus Mighty this time, and we know how capable Hornetau is in these situations. But Mighty is just as capable and will fire the headshot across the opening there and absolutely decimates Hornetau, and that will be a round going to Santos. They desperately needed that ground to cover and a bit more potential for those flanks. We're going to see another great nitro toss from Lagonis there. Scardini gets himself one onto PZD, and we can see Lagonis just playing this a little bit more carefully here. He's not onto Scardini, and there you go. That's all the information he needed, but Lagonis will miss his shots, and that's a little bit uncharacteristic. Cyprus will shut him down, and that leaves us 3 versus 3. Cyprus is half health there and gets himself another onto Patoxy. 2 versus 1 now.
The last man, the silent assassin in the 1v2, lurking his way around the corner. Whereas the deadly duo of the Santos side right now is trying to play together. Unfortunately, Cyprus is decked. It's all on hell. He's won a clutch before. Can he win another one? No, he can't. Neto with a stinger! He gets the shot off, but it doesn't matter. The response is there from Cyprus. Back up, large and in charge. The timing is absolutely outrageous, just as he stands tall. We're already into a position where Santos actually have an early round advantage. The peaks aren't working out at all. Hell, you cheeky little madman. As he goes for these wide swings around, pre-firing shots after shot.
Neto does manage to get Mighty off the board, but will lose his life there. No, he doesn't actually. It was Lagonis who loses his life to Cyprus. Hornetau gets himself a second on the round. This is going to be an ace if he manages to finish this off. He's about 77 HP on the Nomad, and he's got an absolute climb ahead of him to get this one finished off. The man is prone. Never expect them to be prone, but they always are. Scardinia shuts down Hornetau, and that's going to be another round, and all of a sudden the scoreline of 4-3 sounds a little bit weird compared to what we've seen so far.
A nasty surprise in store as the Nitro will detonate. Scardina straight up with the Superman jump as he sends himself flying up through the hatch, and he's trying to hatch a plan to defy whatever Black Dragons have in mind in this round. The rapid repositioning coming out as well. He gets the backstab off onto Patroxy and leaves him gasping for air as he's starting to slaughter them with the MP5 massacre. They need to advance and recover that diffuser, and it's still quite far away. Getting in there is going to be a risk. Ash doesn't clear the angle. There's the peak that comes out. Scardina popping off massively into the round, and Dodo eliminating Hugzord, meaning they get another round, and a gracious one at that.
What an example of how to use the Oryx. Come the end of this one, they're going to be aiming for those top 4 spots that they really need to push themselves into the post league, to push themselves into the potential to get those points for the global standings. There's just so much at stake. We've got kills raining backwards and forwards here. Black Dragons come out on top as PZD will shut down Dodo, as we're just waiting for the attackers to make a move, and as they do, Cyprus will shut down PZD, and that is now going to make things difficult. Here comes the challenge. He knows exactly where Cyprus is. Right now, Cyprus is happy to just lay prone. He's going to wait for that diffuser sound, and as it seems to be stuck, he will move in. Shots go on to Lagonis, and he manages to catch him on the flip side, shut him down.
They're pretty much setting themselves up here for a scorpion attack onto the site, but I didn't expect that. Cyprus on the wide swing across, he does damage, but in a matter of seconds there's a response from Black Dragons. They find a frag apiece and everyone gets gunned down, and know that is going to go down as he peeks on the first. He's not able to get any more. No more bang for his buck. Banged out and down. Scoreline tied again.
Tough round for Santos there. Black Dragons just coming in with a...
pull that out of his leg before he can progress. We're seeing the peak from Mighty, and he has been a key player for them.
Pressure from the window there with the Jackal, but Mighty will get himself a second on the round, and this is exactly the sort of Mighty performance that Santos needed somebody to have. Lagonis will manage to shut him down and clear out 90 corridor, but not before the damage is done. We find ourselves 2 versus 4, 1 versus 4 as Cyprus shuts down Hornetau, and now it is all in the hands of Santos. Here comes the Oryx steaming into view, and he will not be stopped by a few bullets. He will shut down Lagonis and close out the round, and that is going to be the match point opportunity for Santos now. Can they get themselves the...
E ainda tem jogador à esquerda. Será que ele vai tentar surpreender? Agora foi pro quarto, mas da Switch voltou, ficou deitadinho. Olha o PZD, que visão incrível. Consegue garantir mais uma, mas tá no chão. Cyprus garante nova eliminação, double kill. Parte pra terceiro, mas não consegue. Lagonis e Roletão garantem o round. Empata o jogo 6-6, mas vem com vitória a Black Dragons por ter vencido o primeiro mapa. Vamos que vamos, Retalha.
Empate no segundo mapa, 6-6, mas é isso, Meligeni, como venceu o primeiro mapa, Black Dragons...